How are you doing, everybody? It's Ross from Ascend 360. I hope you're all well. I've been brainstorming on the board here this morning, and I've come up with this new concept that we're trying to roll out, and it's to start a new mastermind group. In fact, we're looking to start 2 new mastermind groups. So we're looking for people who are self-employed, maybe own a business, maybe at the start of their business development, so maybe looking to take on a member of staff. But it's not so much about the business, it's more about the individual. So married, in a relationship, got kids, probably young kids as well. Basically, I'm just trying to think of the people we've helped so far, because I know personally about all of the trials and tribulations that brings with it. So I'm looking to help people specifically like that. So maybe if you're still watching now, you fit that first bunch of criteria that I've just shared with you there. The next thing is, it's basically for people who are struggling just with their daily occurrence, too tired, not enough time to train, not enough time to spend with their family, with their husband, their wife, their kids, not enough time to spend on themselves. Just that constant feeling that you've got more to do, that I've never got enough time in the day, I've never got the end of a to-do list. I know how that personally feels. I've been there many times myself, and the clients that we're working with now, they've all been there as well. I get it. Nobody wakes up in the morning and sets out with the mindset of, today I'm going to ruin the relationship with myself, my wife, or my kids. And I say that because I've had challenges with all of them. But I didn't wake up in the morning to do that intentionally. That's just the way it came out. But I didn't wake up with those intentions straight away. What happened is I got pulled into what society was telling me I should be doing. And through the last 10 years of coaching and the last sort of 3 years working with actual mastermind groups, we've really started to develop a program that helps people like you bring your actions back in line with your values, because we all have really, really noble intentions, but terrible actions. We don't do what we say we're going to do. If you feel on a daily basis that your priorities are not stacked up correctly, you put business right at the top, although you know in the back of your mind it should be yourself, should be your family or your wife, but constantly work is being put up there, this is probably for you, okay, because I've been there. If you get to the end of the day or the end of the week and you realise that your week's just been so complicated, and you probably stop and think, man, I have a really complicated or overcomplicated life, then the groups are definitely designed to help draw this out of you and to level the playing field. The biggest thing that I've taken personally from being part of mastermind groups and from coaching these mastermind groups for the last 3 years is building that sense of community, because actually when you are self-employed or you own a business, it can actually be really, really lonely. So as much as this is about improving your business, we're going to start with you as the person, the individual, and if you look after yourself, and I like to call it, if you get a grip of your shit personally, you then get to do the things that are important to you better. And the last thing for me really, and this is sort of what brought me into this space when I had my own coach, and I still have my own coach now, was just that feeling of not enoughness. Like, no matter how hard I worked, no matter what I did, I never felt like it was enough. That's something that we address square on in the groups. Talk about personal experiences I've had, but also we draw this out of the group, and this is where the value really comes into the session, is actually who's in the groups with you. So how does it work? So the group's going to be run every 6 weeks. You get 1 video Zoom call session, usually about 2.5 hours, like I said, on a Thursday or a Friday, 1 every 6 weeks. And every time we come to that situation, to that table, we talk about how the previous 6 weeks have gone. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to map out actions, we like to map out intentions for those 6 weeks, and then we spend the first half of that session just walking through what went well. What did you get? What did you achieve? What didn't go well? And then we talk around the group, and then we make suggestions, and then we also draw insights and perspective from everyone else in the group. And that's where the real value is in these sessions. So as well as having access to the group once every 6 weeks, you also get a coaching call every month. We'll cover yourself, your personal well-being, and all the things about you and your mindset, or you can pick to choose a business coaching call with my business partner. Also running alongside your coaching calls, you get 2 catch-up calls, and these can be taken throughout the month. Basically, it's just a 20-minute call where you get to talk about what's going on in your mind right now. So you might think you've got something coming down the line on Friday and you need to speak to me about it quickly just to get my perspective around it. Or you've got a business challenge that's coming up. You get 2 of them per month as well. So I've covered what you get as part of a deliverable from the coaches. I actually think the best value from these mastermind groups is what you get from the community itself. We have a Facebook group set up currently. Like I said, we might move it onto school. But in that session there, guys, in that group, every day we post something, whether it's a motivational quote, whether it's the books that we're reading, the podcast that we're listening to, or a new app that we find that's helping us improve. We share that on a daily and a weekly basis. So let's just go back over what you get then. You get 1 group coaching session every 6 weeks. So the 5 of you will come together. That'll be led by me, and that is usually on a Thursday or a Friday. As part of that, we'll go over the accountability and actions from the previous 6 weeks. We'll then have a teach session as well, where we'll cover modules, which will help you as an individual, like I said, get your shit together to do the things that are more important to you. So it might be your business, but it might be your wife, it might be your kids, it might be the relationship you have with yourself. But we work on a teach. Every 6 weeks we have that session. You then get 1 coaching set with either myself or my business partner, depending on what topic you want to cover. You then also get 2 catch-up calls. So within that month period, you get 2 catch-up calls. They're a 20-minute session each, and that is just literally to get out of your mind what you're thinking about. You might have something coming down the line that you're worrying about and you need to speak to somebody about some business advice. Or you might have something coming up with your family, your wife, your kids, your husband, whatever it might look like. You might want to speak to me about that. And then once a month, we have a speaker come in. So next month, we've got TK, our accountant, coming in, and he's going to be talking about proactive accounting and what you can do as an individual with regards to your tax returns and just being a bit more proactive with your money. Last month, we had Brian, the breathwork guru, come in. He did an amazing session on breathwork. It was fantastic. And we've got them mapped out for the remainder of the year. And then once a month, you have a 30-minute session with me. It's just a nice little 30-minute session just to cover some topics that we don't cover in the modules, but just adds extra value. And we also do some Q&As as well in the groups on there. That's a nice little roundup of what you get as being part of this Ascend 360 community. And this is all part of your mastermind subscription. So if you're looking for something to get you going, if you're looking for the accountability that's needed, if you're looking for that guidance, that sense of community, that time and effort and energy spent on yourself, because it's just nagging away that you're not quite enough, these are the groups definitely for you. Like I said, we're loading on 10 new people. Once those 10 spots are gone, they are gone, okay? And we won't be onboarding until a couple of months later in the year. We like to make sure the groups work perfectly. So if you're interested in that, click the link below and that'll take you to a sign up page and then we can get some more information off you there. Okay? If you've got any questions, guys, reach out to us on social media. Find me at ascend360.co.uk. Find me at ascend360 on Instagram. Find me Ross Cooley on Instagram. Find me everywhere on social media, guys, and ask those questions. Yes, I hope this has been valuable. I hope you've taken some good information from it. And like I said, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to find out, just let us know and we will do our very best to help you out. Have an amazing day.